In the ceaseless ebb and flow of daily life, stress seems as constant as the tide. It's woven into the fabric of our existence, lurking in the shadows of our bustling routines. From the relentless ping of notifications to the humdrum of never-ending responsibilities, stress is an ever-present companion. But what if we could change our perspective? What if we could see stress not as an uninvited guest, but as a catalyst for growth? You see, the world around us is not just awash with stress, it's also brimming with opportunities for transformation. Every traffic jam, every deadline, every challenging conversation, these are not just sources of stress, but potential stepping stones on the path to resilience. Each stressful situation holds within it the promise of growth, the seed of strength. Thus, we find ourselves at the threshold of a journey to transform this ubiquitous stress into unparalleled strength. To understand stress, we must first see it not as an adversary, but as a misunderstood ally. Stress, in its essence, is a primal response, a survival mechanism designed to protect us from danger. Imagine our ancestors living amidst the untamed wilderness, where every rustling leaf could signal a lurking predator. In such a world, the rush of adrenaline, the quickening heartbeat, the heightened senses, all these stress responses were invaluable allies, keeping them on their toes, ready to fight or flee at a moment's notice. That's right, stress, in its purest form, is a motivator, a catalyst that propels us to action. It can help us meet deadlines, reach for higher goals, and even save our lives in perilous situations. However, the challenge arises when this stress becomes chronic, when the rustling leaves are replaced with incessant email notifications and the predators become looming deadlines. Our bodies, still hardwired to the rhythms of the wild, respond with the same intensity, tipping the balance from motivation to overwhelm. So how does this happen? Let's delve into the science behind it. When we perceive a threat, our body releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, preparing us for action. But in the absence of a physical outlet, like running from a predator, these hormones linger, leading to symptoms we associate with stress, fatigue, irritability, insomnia, and more. Over time, chronic stress can take a toll on our health, affecting everything from our immune system to our heart health. But remember, stress itself isn't the enemy. It's our response to it that determines its impact. And so, we begin to see stress in a new light, not as a relentless foe, but as a potential friend. A friend who, misunderstood, can cause havoc, but when understood can be harnessed for our benefit. The key lies in our perception and management of stress. And that's where mindfulness comes into play. But more on that in the next chapter. For now, let's pause, take a deep breath, and acknowledge stress for what it is. A primal response, a motivator, and a potential ally. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of our journey from stress to strength. Enter mindfulness, the ancient art of presence, a beacon of tranquility amidst the storm of stress. This timeless practice, steeped in Eastern philosophy, has traversed centuries and continents to find its place in our modern lexicon. But what exactly is mindfulness? At its core, it's an invitation to engage more deeply with the reality of our present moment. You see, mindfulness is not about escaping from the world around us, but rather, it's about immersing ourselves more fully into it. It's an art of observing without judgment, of being present without distraction, and of experiencing each moment as it unfolds. It's about seeing the world with fresh eyes, about stepping back from the constant chatter of our minds to simply be in the now. Our journey with mindfulness begins not with doing, but with being. It's not about achieving or accomplishing, but about observing and accepting. And in this acceptance, we find a fresh perspective on stress. Stress, often seen as a foe to be defeated, is revealed to be a misunderstood companion on our journey of life. Through the lens of mindfulness, we begin to see stress not as a relentless force to be battled against, but as a part of our human experience to be understood and transformed. We begin to see that our reaction to stress, our resistance, our fear, our anxiety, is what often causes us the most distress. But what if we could change our relationship with stress? What if instead of fleeing from it, we could face it, understand it, and even harness it? That's where mindfulness comes in. It offers us a new way of relating to stress. It helps us to step back from our automatic reactions, to pause, to breathe, and to respond with clarity and compassion. Rather than being swept away by the tidal wave of stress, we learn to surf it, to navigate its ebbs and flows with grace and resilience. With mindfulness in our grasp, we now hold the key to transforming our relationship with stress. As we move forward, let's explore how we can use this key to unlock a life of greater peace, presence, and strength. Breathing, the most fundamental act of life, yet a powerful gateway to mindfulness. Picture this, your breath, a constant companion, a rhythm that carries you through all the crests and troughs of life. It's so natural, so automatic, that we often overlook its potential. But what if I told you that this simple act of inhaling and exhaling holds the key to calming the mind and centering the soul? Mindful breathing, my friends, is a practice as old as time, yet as relevant as the air we breathe. It's about fully engaging with each breath, riding the wave of inhalation and exhalation, and in doing so, anchoring ourselves in the present. Let's dive right in, shall we? Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Feel the air fill your lungs, the gentle rise of your chest, the subtle pause before the exhale. Now let it out slowly, experiencing the release, the quiet lull that follows. This, right here, is mindful breathing, but it's more than just taking slow breaths. It's about observing without judgment, engaging without expectation. It's about finding a quiet refuge within the whirlwind of thoughts that often consume us. You might notice your mind wandering, pulled in a million directions by the chatter of daily life. That's okay. Each time it wanders, gently guide it back to the rhythm of your breath. This act of returning again and again is the heart of mindfulness. And the beauty of it, you can practice mindful breathing anytime, anywhere. Whether you're stuck in traffic, waiting in line, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, your breath is always with you, an ever-present anchor amidst the ebb and flow of life. So the next time you find stress knocking at your door, remember your breath. Let it guide you back to the present, back to yourself. In the rhythm of our breath, we find a simple yet profound path to mindfulness. So let's breathe, shall we? Beyond the exercise lies the art of living mindfully, of finding peace amidst the chaos of daily life. Mindfulness is not a destination, but a journey that weaves itself into the fabric of our everyday activities. It's a dance between moments of stillness and the steady rhythm of life. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you're sipping your morning coffee or tea. Instead of rushing through it, lost in thoughts about the day ahead, take a moment. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hand. Notice the aroma, the taste. Be fully present in that moment. It's not about the coffee, it's about the awareness, the presence you bring to that simple act. Now let's move to something a bit more challenging. Ever found yourself lost in a whirlwind of thoughts while doing chores? Next time, try to engage fully with the task at hand. If you're washing dishes, feel the water on your hands. Notice the soap bubbles, the clinking sound of the dishes. You're not just washing dishes, you're washing away distractions, grounding yourself in the here and now. And what about those moments of waiting? In line at the grocery store, at a traffic light, for a late friend. These are golden opportunities for mindfulness. Instead of feeling impatient, use this time to tune into your breath, to anchor yourself in the present moment. Remember, mindfulness isn't about eliminating thoughts or achieving a state of eternal calm. It's about observing without judgment, about becoming a silent witness to our own life. And it's in this witnessing that we find peace, not by escaping life, but by fully living it. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life doesn't require grand changes. It's about making small shifts in awareness, turning routine moments into opportunities for presence and peace. It's about replacing autopilot with intention. In every moment, mindful or otherwise, lies an opportunity for presence, for peace. With mindfulness as our guide, we now stand ready to transform stress into a source of strength. Imagine a world where stress is not a foe to be feared, but a friend to be embraced. A world where the gnawing tension at the back of your mind is not a sign of despair, but a call to action. A world where the weight of the world on your shoulders is not a burden, but a testament to your strength. This world is not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, it's within our reach, with mindfulness as our compass. By training our minds to focus on the present moment, we can begin to see stress for what it truly is. Not a monolith of despair, but a mosaic of experiences, each one an opportunity for growth, for resilience, for strength. Let's delve into this transformative journey with an example. Consider the story of a marathon runner. The intense training, the grueling physical exertion, the mental fatigue, these are all sources of stress. But does the runner flee from this stress? No. Instead, they embrace it, harness it, transform it into fuel for their run. They push through the pain, the fatigue, the stress, and in doing so, they discover a strength within them that they never knew existed. This is the power of mindfulness. It allows us to approach stress not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. It encourages us to step out of our comfort zones, to face our fears, to embrace our stress, and in doing so, it reveals the strength that lies dormant within us. But remember, this transformation is not a one-time event. It's a journey, a process, a lifelong endeavor. And like any journey, it begins with a single step. So, let's take that step together. Let's face our stress, embrace it, transform it. Let's unlock the strength within us. And so, we see that stress, under the guiding light of mindfulness, can indeed become a source of strength. As our journey draws to a close, we stand at the dawn of a new path, a mindful path forward. This path is not a shortcut nor an easy route. It's a journey of discovery, growth, and self-awareness, an adventure that invites us to explore the depths of our minds, to confront the stress that lies within, and to transform it into a profound source of strength. This path asks us to be present, to embrace each moment as it comes, not as a burden, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. It encourages us to find serenity in the chaos, to seek calm amidst the storm, and to cultivate peace in the heart of turmoil. Mindfulness is not a destination, but a journey that transforms not only how we perceive stress, but how we harness it. May this journey guide us from the shadows of stress to the strength found in mindfulness, leading us towards a future of peace and presence.